And we're back! With Bleach! Die! Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Feels like forever ago.
Yeah. It was forever ago. What about you drinking bleach again?
It was delicious. Wait a minute. So, for those who might be new, we covered everything Bleach anime related up till now. All the movies, hell, even the live action movie, Burn the Witch. Put a link down to the playlist in the thing below.
And we're here to milk it. I mean... What?
Well, we're back with the 1,000-Year Blood War. Announced in 2020, and aired, well, less than a month ago at the time of this. And the advertising campaign from Viz was, okay, everyone knows, it was infamously shit. When they weren't making fun of the Bleach fandom for getting pissed off, rightfully so, for not wanting, or for simply wanting to know where it was going to air. They weren't even marketing it at all.
Clearly, JYB should be an official Viz employer.
Dude, he tweeted about it more than these dumbasses did. But hey, it was pretty funny to see Crunchyroll lose all the rights to it, and then Crunchyroll themselves would advertise where you could watch it on their competitor.
Again, a thing they regularly do.
Yeah,
hey, by the way, did you know you can watch that show on High Dive? Did you know you can watch that show on Netflix?
The reason it's more dumb with Bleach is because back when Crunchyroll first started, they were known as, like, the two IPs you could watch there were Naruto and Bleach. And so
can't wait for them to lose that too.
So, yeah. Hulu and Disney are now the only places to watch Bleach, which, yes, that is a fucking terrifying thought. If there's one company I don't want getting into anime land, it's Disney. But, oh well, nothing we could do about that at this point. Well, in directing duties this time for the anime is Tomohisa Taguchi, the guy who directed Akudama Drive, which that anime is amazing. Tell me I'm wrong, Dai. It's very Danganronpa-like.
Are you some kind of shithead?
Damn it. But yeah. As far as the dub goes, once again, Studiopolis, and we've got some replacements. Some expected, others eye-rollingly, frustratingly stupid. So let's get those out of the way before we get to the breakdown of the first episode. First, Ikaku. Yeah, you all knew this was coming. Vic himself would admit that on a live stream, literally a week and a half ago, that he wasn't even approached by Viz or Studiopolis to attempt reprising the role. Dicks. But in his place now is Todd Abercorn. You all like Natsu, right?
Which is stupid considering the last arc.
Yeah, Mr. Jackpot Knuckle was being mentored by Ikaku, so this is really dumb. Maybe that's what happened, you know? Ikaku's on sabbatical, so he had this guy, he had Jackpot Knuckle come in, stand in for him.
Shave his head. Cosplay as him.
Damn it, Todd, why'd you have to be... I had this whole joke plan, it was a really bad pun, where I was going to call him Kneecap Ku, say his voice was kneecapped, but I can't, because it's Todd. Oh,
yeah,
well...
Now he just sounds like a zombie.
Yeah,
or
Todd's Natsu from Fairy
that.
Tail, Werewolf, or like it from Resi Village, and zombies. We're always going to come back to the zombies from RE2 and 3 remake.
Because those are definitely some fucking noises.
And I think he does fine as Ikaku. He tries giving him the gruff voice or whatever, so... Better than that one time, fucking Sam Riegel played him in those couple of episodes, remember? That replacement was really off. That did not work at all.
It just works.
Now, as far as the other one, yeah, the elephant in the room, Chad. He was Jameson Price, but I know you've been saving this pun, Dai. He refused to reprise the role as Chad because he said he no longer wants to audition as a person of color anymore.
Looks like he paid the price.
We literally just covered Orient and explained why this is stupid going down this road. You know it's ironic because voice acting is probably the most inclusive occupation out there in terms of acting. Because it literally doesn't matter since it's, you know, all animated. Any voice could be attached to the character as long as they fit. No one will care. It's literally the perfect job in this sense. Also, Jameson would double down when people pointed out the whole, well, what about Asian characters in anime? And say, representation doesn't matter as much to the Japanese, so that's okay. I don't know about you guys, that sounds a little racist to me.
It sounds like that sounds like the feeling you get when you shoot yourself in the foot, but then you realize, oh, I didn't get it all, so I'm gonna double down and blow it all the way off.
He's literally gonna he's one of those people advocating for this. It's gonna make it difficult for white people to get work in the industry. That's the dumb part. It's like, dude, it was already inclusive. You're hurting that shit. Look at the dub for summertime rendering that just aired. If y'all don't believe me, you'll see what I mean comparatively. But, yeah, so back to this, though. His replacement is, I'm gonna butcher this. I thought it was Alan, but there's an I in it.
It could be Alan,
so,
you never
Elaine?
know.
Alan Mesa?
Names are weird.
Yeah, who's Alejandro from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the new one. No, not that Alejandro. No pancakes here. And Salazar from The Great Pretender, which now you've told me good things about.
If I had watched it more recently, I would have done a solo Dubster Dive on it and ranted. You have no idea.
Well, honestly, I think he does okay as Chad. He's doing a weird cross between KG Tang from the live-action movies interpretation and Jameson's. But Chad doesn't talk that much in this episode anyways, which is kind of funny because they gave him additional scenes that weren't in the manga, and he still doesn't talk that much.
I mean, he never really talked that much in general.
Yeah. But overall, I think he sounds fine. Well, I guess let's get to the breakdown of this. Now that we got the major replacements out of the way.
Now let's start with the one who you thought was almost definitely going to be replaced. Who
well,
we
first,
essentially start the episode with.
So the episode first opens with someone voiced by Richard Ebcar. Okay, his name's Yuha. I don't know how they're going to pronounce it in the dub, but it's the leader of our new villains. Quoting lyrics from the Emperor's song for the Quincy's. Yeah, everyone's gonna make the joke. The channel always comes back to Nazis. Anyway, he goes on about 900 years, then 90 years, then 9 years. Get it? 999. It's the thing. But, yeah. And Richard Epcar does a really good job as this character. I was not expecting him to voice Yuha, but...
But then I looked it up.
Go on. It's really silly.
He is also voiced by the same person in Japanese that voices Zangetsu.
You all have no idea how dumb this is gonna get. I mean,
this
manga readers do,
really
but if you're anime only, we're not gonna spoil it. It's just really dumb.
I mean, you know what they're going for.
Yeah. More or less so, this is just him talking about them regaining power and finally escaping imprisonment and all that bullshit. Cut to Mayuri in Squad 12, who I genuinely thought was going to be replaced, because from everything I've seen, he hasn't voiced in shit in nearly a decade, but no, it's still Terrence Stone. Definitely pleasantly surprised at that. Going on about hollows being erased at an alarming rate, not being exercised. As one of the Squad 12 members is voiced by Todd. Already out of the gate here, huh?
Ad voices galore, never change.
And we have the third seat, finally got his name now, Akan, who's the one that was voiced by Travis, that we kept talking about before. I think we just kept calling him the Travis member, but no, he does have a name.
Yeah. He does?
Apparently. Now he's voiced by Gavin Harrison, who I couldn't find anything on. Every time I try to look at this dude up, I'm getting some musician from an English band, and I'm pretty sure that's not him. And I mean, if this is going to be who replaces Travis in some of his other roles that show back up again, he sounds fine from the few lines he has.
Yeah. Or it could be like Sonic, where he's replaced by Dave.
Yeah. Or Aaron after
he's
Tiger
not in
and Bunny.
this yet. But he's not in this yet.
Well, either way, hollows are being erased at an alarming rate, and they're wondering what the hell is going on. We need to investigate. As we cut back to Kartakuta Town, when Kunamadani, Afro Man, still voiced by Kirk, is here with 2 new rookie Soul Reapers who are going to take over for him so he could get the hell out of Dodge. Probably for the best with how much this town gets attacked.
Honestly, they should just look at assignment to this town as a punishment at this point.
Well, we have Ryonosuke, voiced by Alex Lee, who's always nice to hear. You all know him. Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, and I think he's playing the same role here, actually.
Yeah, he definitely does some Alex noises as we have dubbed it.
Or Kazuya for Rent a Girlfriend. If you want to hear him do the over-the-top beta male shit, you got that here. I imagine Alex is probably going to voice some of the other Quincy's too in the future.
Of course.
And he's bantering with Shino, who is a female Soul Reaper that's starting out along with him, voiced by Amberly Connors. Is Android 18 from DBC Abridged die? Okay, fine. Cathali from the World End. What are you doing at the End of the Lord? Anyone remember that show?
Are you busy?
Will you say? Damn it. And she's basically telling him to get a grip and stop being a pussy. That if they were both assigned to this town, that it's A-okay. Clearly, that means the Soul Society has faith in them. Either that or they're just trying to get rid of you assholes and get you off the payroll to save money.
I wouldn't put it past the second one.
I do like how she's like, would you just stop being a pussy, or are you going to admit you're scared? Like she's trying to reverse psychology to him, and Ryonosuke just goes, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm scared. What do you want from me? I'm terrified. Because you weren't supposed to be proud of admitting that. What the hell?
You've overestimated him.
Yeah, you can tell they're both having fun with these characters. There's an exchange in the manga that was cut here, though, where she's like, you need to puff out your chest, and he goes, that's funny coming from you, Miss Flat Chest, and then she hits him. That's not in this anime adaptation, though. But yeah. So they agree that they'll do their best as Kurumadani fucks off, because he's like, fuck this.
He only got a cameo.
Yeah. I mean, if they got Kirk in to play him for this one cameo when they haven't been above replacing him before, remember he was Keith in one app, that means he's probably going to voice some of the Quincy's too or something. Well, the 2 Soul Reapers agree to split up, reluctantly on Ryonosuke's part, and is this when he runs into a hollow die and you said they do a point of view shot when he's running?
Yeah, he runs, he goes a point of view shot of him going up some stairs.
Actually, I guess we should talk about the animation. Did it, like, I take it you're in agreement with everyone that it's probably the best Bleach has looked.
Yeah, and you can tell some of the hollows are CG.
Yep, but I heard they weren't shit CG.
Yes. They're not Toei CG. I mean, what?
I don't know, I thought Superhero... Well, you'll see when you eventually watch Superhero. It grows on you, as people say. It's not the worst. That'd be sins. But we're off topic. So yeah, he's running from a hollow, and he's like, Shino, why aren't you answering? Shino got fucked up by a hollow, too. Before he ends up getting fucked up by a hollow. Yeah. Pretty brutally.
Yeah. He's having a really nice day, except for the fact that he wasn't.
He laments that he doesn't want to die yet, but he gets saved at the last minute. You all know what's coming. Orihime heals him as Ichigo and friends are taking on the group of hollows. It's a quick reintroduction to all their powers and how they work. Uryu being a dick, nearly hitting Ichigo by shooting arrows. You know their banter at this point.
Of course.
Chad using his magical arm powers.
Oh, Chad getting better treatment than he did in The Lost Ark.
Yep. Even Orihime gets to take out a couple of hollows by rejecting them.
And it just pushes them back, but did more than those two elite Soul Reapers.
Well, Ichigo ends up going Bankai. No, that he does not do this in the manga, and does a Getsuga Tensho to wipe them all out. You might ask, was it necessary? No. Did it make everyone fanboy the fuck out when they first saw this, myself included? Yes, I don't care. Shut up, don't judge me.
Sounds like something he'd do anyways. He over-relies on his Bankai.
Well, after all, the hollows are completely killed. Well, I love how Ryunosuke's like, there's so many of them, how are they going to take on all these hollows at once?
The hollows are here. The hollows are dead.
Yeah. Cut to Ichigo's room as Ryunosuke wakes up, apparently after 2 days, and he freaks the fuck out after like 5 minutes, going, wait, you're the guy that saved me, you're Ichigo! And he's like, if you just now realized that, you're more screwed up in the head than I thought, man.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. They're all eating food as Shino runs back in, and basically calls Ryunosuke an idiot for being such a pussy and screwing up the mission. It's like, stop, that's her way of being soon for him, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of shippers for these two.
She was the one taken out first.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we can't enjoy this, though, as someone is suddenly sitting on Ichigo's bed.
No, even worse. Standing.
The dick! This guy's name is Eburn. And you might wonder, do we know who he's voiced by yet? No. We genuinely don't. It's why we waited a couple of days to see if they would post it, and they didn't. So...
Okay, fine. If you don't... If you want me to make the Nazi symbolism worse, he's named after a district of Bavaria in Germany.
Oh yeah, because of all the German stuff in this arc, if we're gonna end up mispronouncing a lot of this shit. We're gonna be upfront with that. Especially with the names of these characters, guys. I'm just gonna be upfront.
Especially since he starts chanting in German later this episode.
At least we're pretty sure it's German, but yeah, so... He's like, I've been looking for you, Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichigo gets naturally kind of pissed that someone is standing on his bed and kicks him out the window.
Perfectly reasonable response.
Actually, Orihime's the one that opens the window for him in the manga so that he can do it. Did she do that here, too?
No, the window was already open.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically like she sees what Ichigo's about to do and opens it for him, more or less. It's like, yeah, she's used to it now. There's also a small scene... I'm pretty
sure it was.
Yeah, there's a small scene where it cuts to Yuzu and Karin in the manga, at least, where they're like, oh, that Ichigo, should he grow up now instead of horsing around in his room like he always does? Again, some of the stuff they cut, I don't mind these cuts here, because it's like, it just improves pacing, and they don't really add anything. But it's like very well, because I'm sure someone's going to point out, I did it if we did it. But yeah, so Ichigo chases after Ebird, saying, I'm going to get answers from him, because he looks like an Iran car. That's weird. Chad and Uryu, meanwhile, stay behind because they're hungry and want to eat their food. What, you don't interrupt Uryu while he's eating, man.
They want the bread.
Exactly, do you not?
No, I'm not hungry.
Oh. Well, before Ichigo could face off with Eburn, we cut to Yumichika, however you want to pronounce that, who's still Brian. That's cool. And Ikaku as they're patrolling around the town, looking into a lot of the disappearances. The village is completely abandoned. And, yeah, upon investigating farther, they realize that the disappearances were not caused by hollows, since there's footprints that could have only been made by, well, sandals or shoes. I mean, technically the Iran cars are hollows, and they wear shoes. What?
And sometimes they eat shoes.
Yeah. Cut to old man Yama. H.A. Moreau. Yes, we get to do that again, Dai.
Oh no, this is gonna be a long Dubster Dive. Only 50-something more episodes to go.
Well, as Sasakibe, the Squad 1 lieutenant, he sees his lightning outside. It's like, what is going on here? As a Quincy shows up declaring war on the Soul Society. And they don't say his name here, but this guy's name is Looters Freegan. Or Fragan, however you pronounce it. Again,
It'd probably be Fragan.
He is voiced by Mick Lauer, who you don't know as Bruno Krauser from Engage Kiss. And Leonhardt from The Irregular at Magic High School. It's like Squall from Kingdom Hearts.
Slop.
He's also the one that Takahata made the KKK leader in Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. I'm sure all of you are happy now knowing that. And I think he does a good job. He hams it up just fine, you know, coming across as serious and threatening. Sasakibe gets his ass kicked by this dude, too. Like, doesn't he get pinned to the wall and everything?
With a giant arrow?
Yeah.
That doesn't look familiar at all.
He says in 5 days... Are we
supposed to pretend we don't know these are Quincy's?
Yeah, guys, they're fucking Quincy's. If anyone's gonna be like, spoilers, really, guys, come on.
It's like, have you not seen Uryu shoot a fucking arrow?
Or his daddy.
Or his dad.
Well, Looters says that in 5 days from now, the Vondenreich will destroy Soul Society. Speaking of
also, you forgot
Hellsing.
something important. You forgot about his trucker hat.
Oh yeah, he is Android 13 and DBZ Abridged. There you go. He's also been a bunch of bad voices, like Ghost of Tsushima and shit. But again, I think he does fine as Looters Freakin'. However they're going to pronounce it. Back to Ichigo and Eburn. Yeah, their fight commences, as Eburn is constantly taunting Ichigo to use his Bankai. And Ichigo's wondering, why does he have a Quincy cross? That's fucking weird. Well... Actually, how does this fight die? I mean, this is our first major fight, not against Hollows. Technically.
It's mostly just Ichigo
dodging Eburn's arrows.
Dodging his arrows. Which are more like cannons, because he has a bow to overcompensate. If you know what I mean.
Dude, Eburn was legit offended by the car comment. I thought that was kind of funny, though. It's like, what? A Ron car? But yeah, we cut back and forth as this fight's going on, with Yamamoto talking to Sasakibe, as Sasakibe gives his final words, basically trying to tell Yamamoto about something that the enemy can do with their Bankais. Yeah, I actually like this change from the manga, because it makes it feel better, where it's cutting back and forth, you know, Ichigo versus Eburn, because it happens at completely different times in the manga. So, I don't know, I feel like it flows better here. Well, Ichigo ends up unleashing his Bankai finally and pushing Eburn back, as Eburn is wondering, why isn't his Bankai vanishing? And Ichigo's like, what?
I chanted in possibly German.
Possibly. So it's like, what? No, that's Spanish, dumbass.
I mean, that still makes sense. He isn't a Ron car. Wait, what?
Well, Eburn ends up vanishing into a shadow, which makes the same sound effect when he goes through it as the Hyoden Kyaku. You know, the Quincy equivalent of the Flash Step. That's fucking weird, now isn't it? Ichigo's wondering, like, that's weird, that's not the Gargantas that Hollows are supposed to use normally. Huh, what is going on here?
What are you doing here?
You cut back to their base of operations as Eburn and Looters end up arguing with each other. And they're basically stroking each other's ego dicks, going like, hey, you know, arguing with each other. I didn't fail my mission. How did you fail, Eburn? Fucking bitch. And Eburn's like, what? I dare you to say that again. Yuha shows up and cuts off Eburn's arm, saying, how dare you bicker in front of me? You know how much I hate conflict. Yeah, we have our first arm cut off, and we're barely an episode in.
Aww.
He then asks Looters, how is our work towards peace coming along? As we cut to credits. Which, did you say these credits are just the, recapping the whole show?
It's a recap to the series up until now.
Yeah.
Clip shows of of all the other arcs.
Well, from a dub perspective, I don't think anything was wrong. There was Uryu calling Yakisoba Yakisaba, which was a bit strange, but that's about it.
Might also be a thing or a fuck up, who knows?
Well, tomato on that one, I guess. Maybe some people do call it Yakisaba. But otherwise, it's like, that's the only thing. All the replacements sound fine, which I have to imagine replacing someone 300 episodes in's got to be a pain in the ass. So...
and surprisingly not replacing Mayuri.
Or, fucking... Yeah, I didn't mention this. Sasakibe is still Dan Warren, and it has been confirmed Byakuya will also be Dan Warren, which that was one I was really worried about. Because he hadn't voiced in shit since 2019. What was it, Fire Emblem Three Houses?
Fire Emblem Three Houses, maybe something else.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, and he's old, too.
I mean, then again, he just recently voiced in...
Licorice Recoil. Yeah, so that's what we thought, like, we're like, oh, okay, if he's in Licorice, there's a great chance he's back in Bleach.
I mean, he was in it as a one-off character, so it's like, there's no way they would get him just to be that one-off character and him not be in Bleach. That would be just too stupid.
And guys, we mentioned during the Bleach live action, it was Greg that voiced Byakuya, and I don't mind Greg, obviously. I think he's a good voice actor. I just don't think he's a good Byakuya. Dan is Byakuya to me.
Well, now he could be a good Nazi.
Who, Greg? Yeah, he's probably gonna voice
not a Nazi. Yes.
Yeah, as far as the last cut thing from the manga for this that people agree is probably one of the more major ones, is Hiyori and Lisa walking home together from the bathhouse and commenting on a strange hole opening up in the sky, which we presume is when Ebern first arrives, or at least when shit's starting to go haywire. I don't know why this scene was cut, man. I want my Hiyori, damn it.
Yeah, I know. You want to know who replaces her?
I actually do. I'm really curious about that.
I mean, oh no, the obvious replacement is obvious. Be shocked, guys.
Well, as far as the preview goes, yeah, they're not comedic anymore. It's just Yuha chanting about war, etc.
So I'm definitely not a Nazi. What are you talking about?
That's the first episode, man. I thought it was fucking great. Shiro Sagasu's new music is really fucking good, too. Especially with the themes he came up with for these guys, the Quincy's. I mean, whoever they are.
The last thing we needed was another version of #1.
Yep. But the hype is real. I'm glad it delivered so far. Next episode, though, we got more replacements coming along. Oh, we'll find out who's voicing who next time, I guess. That's going to be fun.
You're next.
You're next! Alright, guys, what so you all thought of Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Episode 1? If you liked it as much, tweet it, because I thought it was really good. Definitely a good first impression. Although it does not recap shit for you at all, so it was definitely a good thing we rewatched all of Bleach last year.
Yeah.
Because they just throw you right into the thick of it.
Perhaps a bit.
So... I guess they figured, well, people waited this fucking long, we better not waste time and just give them what they want.
Don't waste an episode on a recap.
Yeah. But that's it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, all that. Much appreciated. And we'll be back next time.
I mean, be back next time.
We'll be back with Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Episode 2. These episodes do have titles, but I was too lazy to look at what this one is. Whatever. Thanks again for watching, guys. Till next time. Getsuga Tensho Dai. Ichimaru!